You give me life. When you start to bust the wine.
You are such a light, by the way, just so you know. Your page alone lights up the Instagram feed, the Explore page as well. So I just want to thank you for your work. You're doing an incredible job.
That means a lot. That means a lot. We do it for the culture.
You know what I'm saying. Thank you. You know why you're doing it. I appreciate that. So I first want to highlight the fact that you and Nipsey had such an incredible relationship, and the way you guys met was so beautiful. You met at the place that everybody's addicted to, Starbucks. Maybe not everybody, maybe just me. But I think that's so wonderful, and I would love to ask, what was something you learned from him throughout you guys' relationship?
I think most importantly with Nipsey, you know, it was to always walk in your power. You know, understanding that you never, I use the word understand over understand, but understanding that you never have to compromise who you are in any given situation. As AfriCANs, we have the skill sets, and we don't have to compromise who we are. We must be unapologetically ourselves, you know, with the naps, the afros, the locks, the braids, all of it, and walk in our power.
I love it. I love it. So what got you started in tech? What got you started in really understanding how we interact socially, and which obviously brings us to how we are in person, but what kind of lit that up in you?
I think the distribution of the iPhone when it first came out was super dope to me. You know, Steve unveiling the iPhone. But what was important to note is that it wasn't necessarily him that started getting me into technology, but the strategy in which it was released. So I realized that, you know, not only could I, but the very youth I wanted to work with and impact, that we could bring ourselves to the table rather than compromising all what we are just to fit a mold. Like, we could be unapologetically 100% us, understanding that all the resources are in Africa, and we could just go back and utilize those resources. You know, there's a certain resource that's used in a phone that's actually it's actually galvanized from Africa and brought out here. Without that device, you can't really make a phone. And it's being, we have so many resources that's, you know, very fundamental towards making technology. And, so, I mean, to answer your question, I feel like just the distribution of the iPhone was so genius to me. And I was like, you know, we could take that same model and apply the skill sets we derive from that and create our own model for the youth.
You kind of already answered it, but my next question was, how do you amplify Africa? I love that you reminded us about some of the resources that we probably don't even realize that we already have, but how do you amplify Africa in your day-to-day and your work?
I feel like the way we amplify Africa is to change the perception of what a technologist, an inventor, a creator should be. And once we understand not only the resources we have, but how to best use those resources for Africa, we'll start to see a major shift. Everything that we create around us, or everything you see around you, technology, art, whatever, is made by people that are no smarter than you. And once we realize the power in self and the power in walking in your power, we can gradually, you know, and incrementally shift Africa. Africa, you know, I'm Ghanaian, so for me it's like Ghana used to be called Gold Coast, you know, but it's like our goal is to now amplify it and make it Tech Coast. You know,
so you'll be the president
out there. Yes, 2044.
You heard it here first.
Yes, I'm dead serious.
I believe him. That is incredible. I love that. What's your advice to people who might be scared to tap into that space, whether they, you know, live in America, forget to go home, whether they live wherever they live and they don't think going home will actually tap them into their research? What's your advice to them?
I feel like we live in an age now where self-education is very prominent, and it's not something that you're going to learn in school. You're not going to realize in school the potential and the power of Africa. It's something that you must go out there and you must expose yourself to, and you must go out there and you must pick the soil up and realize that you came from there. That's my advice to anybody. Go out there, Sankofa, go back, reacquire your skill sets, your lost talents, your lost skill sets that aren't really lost, but they're lost. Go out there, you know, really connect with the earth, really connect with the continent, and acquire your skill sets.
And amplify Africa.
Amplify Africa. Absolutely. Thank
you. You're awesome. Congratulations on being honored tonight. I'm so proud of you, dude. Thank you guys so much for watching.